Hello everyone and welcome back to This Week in Racing. Today we have a lot to talk about, including preparing for the WEC's round at Monza, wrapping up the IMSA race at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, an investigation in Formula 1, and some new records being set in the world of Trans Am. We're also giving a shout out to all this week's winners, and looking forward to all the action in the coming week. And maybe, even, some channel updates. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any news, updates, or diecast reviews. Let's get into it. The SRO Motorsports Group has announced that each driver lineup for this year's upcoming Indianapolis 8-hour will be required to have a silver-ranked driver. Formula 1 has launched an investigation into the scary crash on the first lap of last week's British Grand Prix that involved Zhou Guanyu, George Russell, Alex Albon, and multiple others. Zhou's car flipped over, skidded across the gravel, and flipped up into the catch fence as the roll bar failed. The goal of the investigation is to prevent any roll bar on any car from collapsing. IMSA has announced the creation of the VP Racing Fuel Sports Car Challenge. This series is intended for LMP3 and GT4 cars and will replace the current IMSA Prototype Challenge next year. It's time for some pre-race headlines as we move into the WEC's weekend at Monza. IDEX Sport took a long-awaited win in the ELMS race, while Spirit of Le Mans won in the Michelin Le Mans Cup race. Most of the attention this weekend is focused around the debuting Peugeot 9X8, but Glickenhaus has also changed their livery to a beautiful sky blue, for two main reasons. The main reason being that all of the cars in the hypercar class except for the Peugeot are red and white, including the Toyota and the new Porsche LMDH. And the second reason is to reflect a hydrogen future for the whole company. The r/WEC spotter guide is also available in the description down below. Now let's take a look at the winners from the IMSA round at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Chip Ganassi Racing took a last gap win with the 0-1 Cadillac DPI. George Kurtz and Colin Braun won in LMP3. Pfaff Motorsports took the GTD Pro win on their home track. And Heart of Racing won a very competitive 6-car GTD race. In the Michelin Pilot Challenge, Murillo Racing was on top with a 1-2 finish, and Robert Wickens continued his amazing comeback, winning from the back of the field in the number 33 Hyundai. And in Prototype Challenge, Tonius Kazimitz won for Wolver Racing. IndyCar's round at Mid-Ohio was won by Scott McLaughlin, in a very entertaining race where Will Power came back from 27th place to finish 3rd. But it wasn't all positive for Chevrolet, as multiple of their cars retired with reliability issues. About a week ago, Porsche revealed its new 992-based 911 GT3R, with multiple updates including a single large tail light and a new rear wing design that closely resembles the one of the current running Porsche 911 RSR GTE car. The car completed its shakedown test at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Ferrari also unveiled the first images of its new for 2023 Le Mans hypercar racer. The car was unveiled in a spy shot livery and was spotted testing at the Fiorano test track by motorsport.com. Reports are saying that Ferrari factory GT driver Alessandro Pierguidi was behind the wheel, and Ferrari is choosing its LMH lineup from its GT drivers. More hypercar news: Bicalis Racing has won the ability to use the Van Wall trademark for its new for 2023 LMH race car. Bicalis Racing was denied an entry into the WEC this year due to homologation and copyright concerns. And images have also surfaced of the new Van Wall Road hypercar that is set to release in the next couple of years. Now let's take a look at some other headlines. BMW's new M4 GT4 is competing at the 24 Hours of Portimao this weekend. Action Express Racing says the 48 Cadillac is unlikely to return as an LMDH car. Mercedes-AMG confirms the GT3 Evo will run through 2024. Hub Insurance is backing Christian Lundgaard for the IndyCar round at Toronto. 15 cars are entered for IMSA's race at Lime Rock Park next week. The 24 Hours of Sebring-Creventic race is likely to be postponed. And BMW has said that the M8 GTE's engine was too heavy to put in their new LMDH car. Meme of the week is this IndyCar diagram showing the DW12 as a sanctioning and structure purist, but also showing among other things, a Silver Crown sprint car, a USAC midget, and a Ukrainian battle buggy all count as technically IndyCars according to these rules. Let's take a look at this week's winners. Carlos Sainz took his first win in Formula 1 at Silverstone. Logan Sargent became the first American to win in Formula 2 since 2015. Chip Ganassi Racing won the Extreme E Sardinia race. Tyler Reddick took a historic first NASCAR win at Road America. Ty Gibbs won the Xfinity race at Road America. Kaz Gralla won the Trans Am event at Road America. And at just 14 years old, Brent Cruz became the youngest ever to win in TA2. And Hunter McElroy took his first Indy Lights win at Mid-Ohio. Now let's take a look at what's happening this week. Formula 1 has its first sprint weekend of the year at Austria. NASCAR is headed to Atlanta on Sunday, and on the Saturday before, the NASCAR Xfinity Series will race at Atlanta, and the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series will head to Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. GT World Challenge Europe heads to Misano. Camping World SRX Series heads to the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, and the FIA World Endurance Championship competes at the 6 Hours of Monza. So, that's it for this week. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any news. Join the official This Week in Racing Discord server down in the description. If you're watching the 6 Hours of Monza, make sure to download the spotter guide down below in the description. And make sure to go over and subscribe to my second channel, link in the pinned comment. Thank you so much for watching. See you in next week's video. Make sure to hit the bell so you don't miss it. Bye.